Guys, welcome to Football Canapes for this almighty Champions League watch along. First of all, let me check the audio and make sure that you can hear me properly. Yes, you can. I hope you can. I have checked the audio and it is working just fine. So, this almighty Champions League watch along, 18 matches no less, 18 matches no less to be played over the course of the night, and still a lot to play for Manchester City. If they lose, they could be in real jeopardy of going out. I mean, they will probably go out. And Club Brugge are no pushovers. On the night, we have Bayern Munich playing. I mean, every team is playing. Bayern Munich are playing against Bratislava. Serbian team, I think, no, Serbian, Indian team or something like that. So Bayern Munich are playing, and who else? Real Madrid. I'm not sure who they are playing, but it's going to be a sparkling night. We may as well find out, and we will also find out who everyone is going to face in the next round as well, because I think the draw is kind of predetermined in a way. So there will be a lot of stuff to talk about as we progress. So yeah, um, we will of course be talking about loads of stuff, but Manchester City will be our primary focus, as they are the ones who, if they lose, could potentially go out. And from what I understand, from what I've looked at the table, it is it's if they win, they are pretty much guaranteed to finish in the I think 16 to 24 range of the table, as it is in the Champions League. So we'll see. Um, Manchester City are currently 25th. If they win against Club Brugge, they go above them. So I mean, pretty guaranteed to make the to make make the to make the I mean, playoff rounds at least. So I mean, and over the weekend they disposed of Manchester City. Oh, sorry, Chelsea quite easily. Manchester City. I don't know why that name is on my tongue quite a bit, but yeah. So Manchester City will be looking to make it to the round of or the knockout rounds. Not the round, but like, if the technical name is playoff, then we will call it playoffs. So yeah, uh, mm, the one sad or disappointing thing from City's point of view is that Omar Mamouche is, I don't think he can play. He can play tonight. He can play tonight. Hello, Meran. How are you? Hope your studies are going well, and yeah, and good to see you. Good to hear from you. Hopefully, no lag from my side. The internet hopefully will behave itself, unlike the last time when we had to cut short the streak between Manchester United and Liverpool. So hopefully it all goes well. So Manchester City, they play Club Brugge, who are, I mean who, under normal circumstances, I'd say that Manchester City should should be able to get better off, but if they don't, well, they only have themselves to blame. So uh, I'm a Newcastle fan, as many of you would know. Yeah, good to know, good to know, good to know. And I'm a Manchester. City sympathizer. I like the style play that Pep Guardiola plays, so I am here hoping that Manchester City can do what is required on the night. The best thing that they can, expect is win and make it through. And if they do, then yeah, I'll be reasonably happy. And the transfer window is in full flow as well. Just reading that Aston Villa might lose John Duran as well as Ollie Watkins. That could be a big, massive, big. I'm like massive blow to their expectations for this season. But the 90% wages to revenue ratio is not sustainable at all. Anyways, we'll come back to Aston Villa later or some other time in the on a later date and yeah, so Manchester City against Club Brugge. I need to just this thing. This is just too disruptive now. It will be better now, and yeah. So yeah, yeah. That's the thing, and uh, yeah. Other games we will come back to Manchester City later on. Come back to Manchester City later on, and pass. If let's just talk about on a general front and look at the table as to what we can expect. Teams Aston Villa are currently outside the top eight. If they win and others slip up, Atalanta they are playing I think Barcelona or Atlanta playing Barcelona, and if Atlanta slip up, they the team can Aston Villa can capitalize. Monaco they are playing. Who are Monaco playing? Not sure who Monaco are playing. Monaco are playing Inter Milan. They can also leapfrog. Feyenoord are in a good position. Lille are in a good position. Brest are in a good position. Dortmund as well. So, I mean, as I was listening to earlier, uh, there are about how do I put? There are about 18. There are 16 games which have at least something riding on it. So it can't be that boring. I mean, many teams would actually want to go through to the group round of 16 tie rather than go through a potentially a tricky route where you could come up against a Real Madrid or something like that. So Real Madrid or someone like that, Barcelona, they are no pushovers. They look really good. They smashed seven past Valencia over the weekend. They smashed seven past Valencia over the weekend, and yeah, mom. So I mean, Juventus, Celtic, even if Celtic win, they'll overtake Aston Villa. Uh, PSV, Club Brugge, even if they win, they can potentially. I mean, it's unlikely, but they could, leapfrog Aston Villa. Or not Aston Villa, Atalanta. So it's so much on the line that I mean, it's unbelievable. We'll. I mean, it's not like we'll have something not to talk about. There will be uh, goals going in 18 games. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be describing a goal every 5, 6, 7 minutes. So I mean, it will be, eyes and head and mind will be everywhere. So you keep need to looking at the table to understand the permutations, the combinations, everything else would need to be would need to be in would need to be in in the system. So yeah, that will be quite quite a daunting challenge. 18 games, unfreaking believable that will be. And yeah, so but looking forward to it, looking forward to it. And yeah, ah but before that, let's look at some of the fixtures. Real Madrid, they are playing. They have a tough fixture as well. Bayern Munich, as I said, they're playing slow on practice level. Bayer Leverkusen should see off Sparta Prague pretty easily. Arsenal should go past Girona without any without any without any stutters. Stuttgart against PSG, it could be a potential banana skin for PSG, who have signed Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. He's a fantastic young player. Brest are playing Real Madrid, and I mean there will be people who will be making galore and Pandor and but but not help to talk about mainly primarily Manchester City, because that's where jeopardy is, and that's where the jeopardy is. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, the team out by now. The team news should be out by now. Will be should it be? It should be about 45 minutes to go before the match before the match kicks off. Before the match kicks off, at the good thing from Manchester City's point of view is that they're playing at home, so there shouldn't be too many alarms. There shouldn't be too many alarms, and they they should be able to. I mean, they should at least be favorites for the game, and they should be favorite for the game in many people's eyes. But they were favorites for the game against Feyenoord, where they were 3-0 up and ended up squandering that three-goal lead in the last 15 minutes, which is I'm pretty sure they would have been disappointed by, but it is what it is. Can't dwell on what might have been, could have been, or whatever. But and yeah, and if you're watching, do consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It's free of cost, doesn't cost the earth, and yeah, we'll see. And as I think I briefly mentioned that the day of draw will be automatically updated as and when the two teams or all the teams are finally placed in the table. So yeah, uh, let's see if the team news is out. If the team news is out, Manchester City. Let's see. Manchester City. Let's see. So Manchester City, the team news uh, indeed out. Is indeed out. So Ederson in goal. No Stefan Ortega. Matthias Nunes at right back, John Stones at centre half, Manuel Akanji, Guardiola at left back, Kovacic, Gundogan and De Bruyne, and up top Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, and the great or soon to be great Erling Haaland. And yeah, that's a pretty strong team from Pep's point of view, and yeah, we'll see how it takes and where it takes Manchester City. But I mean, all likelihood is that they should be able to get the job done and qualify for the playoffs round and for the playoffs at least, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Uh, Over the weekend, they were too strong for Chelsea, and Chelsea scored a goal which was basically uh, an error from their debutant Abdulkadir Kusanov and if they can avoid making errors, then I think they will keep a clean sheet as they will keep a clean sheet as well. So they will keep a clean sheet as well, I think, and yeah, they should in. I mean, I keep saying should, but will they? Because that the thing is that the thing is that they haven't been able to, even against Chelsea. As I said, they made a mistake and promptly punished by uh, they were promptly punished by who scored Noni Madueke, and Nicholas Jackson pounced on the error on the error that on the error that uh, the young debutant, the young Uzbekistan defender made, and they pounced. Could have been 2-0, but Cole Palmer may have taken a shot, hit an overhead pass, and Nicholas Jackson, he was perhaps, I use the pun, maybe he was a bit cold as well. So who knows? Who knows what will happen? But the pressure will be on both teams. Um, will be on both teams. City more because what's it? It's 2025. They won the Champions League about 18 months ago when they beat Inter Milan in the final, and when they beat Inter Milan in the final, and they I mean they were the best team in the tournament that year, and they did uh, they did beat Inter Milan, and yeah, they were slightly the better team. They were slightly the better team. some of the other matches as well. We'll get matches when we talk about when we talk about uh, when we get closer to the kickoff, and when we get closer to the kickoff, and yeah, hopefully we talk about and hang on, what's this? Uh, During Liverpool, they have already, assured qualification either in first or second place at worst, and at worst, they, I mean, if Barcelona win and Liverpool lose, so I mean they are more or less through. Arsenal, Inter Milan almost through, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan. Oh, AC Milan, I'm surprised. I mean, they really struggled in the first match against. It might have been the second match against against Liverpool, where they lost 3-1. Atalanta have been good. They should have beaten Arsenal, but didn't. And and yeah, so uh, I mean, Real Madrid, it has been a struggle for them. Stuttgart, they are playing PSG, and if Stuttgart beat PSG and some of the teams below win, then it could be difficult for PSG. Although given their goal difference and points, it's unlikely that they will drop out of the playoff spot. I mean, I can from what I can say, if Dinamo Zagreb win, let's just see who PSG are playing. PSG are playing Stuttgart. Dinamo Zagreb are playing. Let's see, AC Milan. So it's not going to be easy for Zagreb, but let's assume that Zagreb win. They go on 11 points, and Stuttgart and PSG. If that match ends in a draw, then nothing Zagreb can do. So a draw would suit them just fine. Sporting Club Portugal and Benfica, these two Portuguese giants, they could perhaps be in some jeopardy depending on where they are. What Sporting should beat Bologna, who are I think already eliminated, and Benfica, they are playing Juventus. So I mean that could be tough. Although I think if Benfica can get a draw, then they'll be in all likelihood be safe. It could only be, I mean, down to Manchester City and Club Brugge, and Club Brugge are the team that are most in jeopardy, uh, especially if their goal difference takes a hit as well. PSV, I mean, unlikely that they will drop out. Unlikely that they will drop out of the uh, of the out of the playoff spot. I don't personally see it, but mathematically, it's a possibility which can happen. So which can happen, and since it is a possibility, we mustn't rule that out. So that's that's another thing. Um, I mean, imagine Bayern Munich are 15th, Real Madrid are 16th. They could potentially make it to the top eight, but I don't see it personally. It's it's uh, it's uh, it's I mean, a lot of teams to jump. Both of them won't make it. Borussia Dortmund could make it, but then I mean these scenarios are there, but I mean, are there, but I can't see it. Teams that are almost certainly out are Sparta Prague, Leipzig, Girona, Belgrade, Sturm Graz, Salzburg, Slovan Bratislava, and Young Boys of Bonn. Mathematically, I think Donetsk can make it as well, and I mean, but it's I mean, you to um, set a long way to make a case for them to be qualifying for the to get another match, or let's call it playoffs. So it'll be I mean I genuinely find it you know I'm genuinely finding it hard to convince myself that it may or may happen. So if it does or doesn't happen, so we'll see where it goes from here. And yeah, I mean, it's not as if I don't want them to go through, but over the course of the next couple of hours, 2.5 hours, I am going to be watching Man City versus Club Brugge. Man City versus Bruges, because if Leicester City lose, there's a chance, or I mean, they will definitely not make it through. So the most high-profile game tonight, for me at least, is Man City versus Club Brugge of Belgium. So that's the game that I'll be watching, and yeah, so that will be my focus. It's 1 o'clock here, 30 minutes to go before it all hell breaks loose. So I mean, we'll be we'll be we'll be I mean, waiting with bated breath for what happens in those games. I mean, just to touch on some of the transfer activity from what I've been reading, it's I mean, Aston Villa are probably um, likely to sell their main strikers, which is really disappointing from their point of view. But 97% of your revenue is going towards wages, which is unsustainable from a PSR point of view. It's going to land you in trouble. So it's definitely going to land you in trouble. So I mean, they should have planned. They last season they sold Douglas Lewis, and now Ollie Watkins and what's his name, John Duran are being sold. Then I mean, I can't see Aston Villa, being in the race for a top four, top five place when the end of season comes. And yeah, it will be uh, disappointing, but I mean, just like any other club who's trying to make headway, who's trying to make headway, so their feet are taken from under them, and their feet are taken from under them, and yeah, what can you do? What can you do? Just in case you're watching, please do consider liking the video. Leaving a like helps us help me a great deal, and uh, helps me a great deal, and yeah, I mean, thanks in advance. Uh, that's my point, and yeah. So from transfer point of view, Manchester United are looking to sign Patrick Dogu from Lecce in Serie A. I mean, who are right at the bottom. Uh, right at the bottom. Arsenal are looking at Ollie Watkins, and Arsenal are looking at Ollie Watkins. So, and Manchester City, as I might have told you, um, they are looking at or yes, they could be they could be about to sign Andrea Cambiaso. Tottenham Hotspur, they are very thin on the playing side of things. So on the playing side of things, so they might they might they might look at signing someone. Some reports earlier that they are looking to sign Joan Vissa from uh, from uh, from Brentford. Brentford are unlikely to sell. I'd say they are unlikely to sell Joan Vissa, and I mean they have already said that. So if Tottenham are playing dumb and just thinking that we can get him, then maybe they can, maybe they can't, but maybe they can't, but yeah. So that's. I mean, Everton are looking at Sean Longstaff. European wise, I haven't been keeping track of much going on, much goings on in the European market. Of course, PSG have signed Kvicha Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. Garnacho has been linked with the move. Marcus Rashford has been in the news because of you know I mean, not in a positive sort of a way from his point of view. He's he's uh, he's he's under fire from his own manager. If you saw the comments that if you saw the comments that Ruben Amorim made um, after the game against Fulham, they were damning, absolutely damning to Marcus Rashford. So Marcus Rashford needs to take a decision and understand or take a call on what comes, what is the priority for him, what is the backing order um, when his uh, when his career is is being uh, is being talked about, and when his career is being talked about, I mean, on a lot of money per week, on a lot of money per week, he needs to. I mean, unlikely he'll get that at a European club. Bayern Munich probably not. They already have Coman, Gnabry, and uh, Real Madrid don't need him on the left hand side. Uh, Perhaps just as a brand, he might work, but that is even that is stretching it a bit. Um, Barcelona, I mean, they can't even afford the players they have right now, let alone new ones. And on those expensive wages, they are struggling to. I mean, I don't know what is happening with Pau Victor and what's his name, Danny Olmo. Uh, so 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 it's it's tough from a Marcus Rashford point of view. Plus, I mean, in this window, I genuinely feel that over the last what 20th, 29th, 30th, whatever you want to call it, technically it is 30th, um, on 11 at 11 p.m. on Monday evening or Tuesday morning as per Indian time. I think we are going to see a lot of stories coming out. Some of them will be true, some of them will be false, some of them will make it through to the um, uh, you know other side. Some of them will fall short. So I mean, we'll see. There will be grain, there will be chaff. We need to, distinguish between the two and distinguish between the two, and then we'll have to move forward. We'll have to move forward. Let's seeing if there is any more stories. If there's any, I'm just like trying to see. If there are any other stories doing the round. Let me see. Let me see. I'm just trying to gather where that Watkins story emanated from, and if he still have turned down a bid. Ollie Watkins is 29. Well, we'll deal with that when it comes to that, and but it's to that, and table as things in the table as things, and I mean they could certainly do with the player or two in the last what 4 or 5 days of the window of the window and of the window about 20 minutes to go before the hell breaks loose. It's like kind of Royal Rumble of footballing world. This is and this kind the Royal Rumble of the footballing world, and yeah, the footballing world, and I mean the whole world will be watching the Champions League tonight to see what goes on and which teams do particularly well. Do particularly well. tonight and do well, and which teams make it through. Uh, I mean, I think we know basically know 22, 23 of the teams that will make it through, and that will make it through. And to deal with, so apologies, apologies about that, and I'm back now. Hopefully, it'll work. It'll work just fine. And yeah, as I said, hopefully the and yeah, I'm really sorry, but had to check something at home. I had to check something at home, and thankfully it's all more or less fine. About 15 minutes to go. Yes, uh, Liverpool have left a lot of players behind. They've already made it through. They'll either finish first or second. Doesn't really matter. Financially, they need to make sure that they beat Bournemouth on Saturday. I think it is, and it's a wise decision. Don't take too many chances with the health of your players. The hard work has already been done. The hard work has already been done, and all you need to do is I mean, get through it, fulfill your obligation, and then you're back home. You're back home and doing what is there to be done, and what is there to be done, and what is there to be done. And I'm pretty sure they'll make it. They'll they'll I mean, they're already through. Barcelona already through. Arsenal more or less are through, and yeah. So so let's see what happens. About 12 minutes to go. Really excited as to what this match day brings us. What this match day brings us, and uh, so Manchester City will devote last 10 or so minutes before the kickoffs in every match to Manchester City versus Club Brugge. Club Brugge are currently ahead of Manchester City in the table. Club Brugge are what on 11 points. They are 20th, and by I mean, looking at the table, I think the biggest jeopardy is for Club Brugge. Other teams, I mean, anything can happen, and Manchester City are on 8 points. I mean, that is just absolutely dreadful. Two wins, two draws, three defeats. Sporting Lisbon, they lost to. They lost to. Who else did they lose to? They lost to Juventus, and last time round they lost to PSG as well. And I mean, today they just need to win by hook or by crook. They just have to win. They just, I mean, beat by half a goal, by whatever. They just need to make sure that they win. Uh, Taking on Celtic, I just wanted to briefly touch on that big battle. Both teams will probably make it. Will they will enjoy. I am pretty sure the game at Villa Park, but I mean, it must be the news that or either John Duran or one of the strikers will probably leave, and will probably leave. But that's the PSR footballing world we live in, where you have to make your ends meet, and yeah. So coming back to the game tonight, Pep rested, I think, De Bruyne, and I mean, might not have rested De Bruyne, but against Chelsea for this match, keeping this match in mind. So he'll be hoping in De Bruyne starting tonight, and um, against a club from his home country of Belgium, and he'll be positive that he can make a difference. He can make a difference to the team with the performance that A takes Manchester City through, and B, helps his team win, which will take Manchester City through. So, uh, I mean, one thing that Pep would want from his players is to not make any stupid sort of errors, not to make any sort of errors or anything like that. Anything like that, they must make sure that they are, you know, well placed to make right calls at right time. A stupid sort of a red card or whatever, um, they could easily get, they could easily find themselves in a bit of a mess. So if you can keep your head, keep doing the right thing, then I am pretty sure Manchester City have enough firepower to see off Club Brugge, who aren't nothing special, who aren't anything special. They might have beaten Aston Villa at uh, at the stadium in Belgium. I don't know what the exact name is of the stadium, and yeah. So so I mean, the onus is on Manchester City. Club Brugge will take a draw. I'm pretty sure of that, and I'm pretty sure of that, and and Manchester City have to make the running. An early goal should settle down Manchester City, but you never know. You never know if if uh, if it will or it won't, and 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 yeah. So uh, all to play for in this game, all to play for in this game, and and yeah, Erling Haaland, he's been the talisman for Manchester City. He signed in 20 in 22. It was he's been top scorer, and he's been the top scorer, and he's been the top scorer, and he's been missing a few big strong chances. So he needs to make sure that he stands up to the pressure and delivers on the big stage for Manchester City. Where, I mean, can you imagine the amount of banter and scrutiny that will come Manchester City's way if they don't make it through to the next phase, let's call it, and through to the next phase, let's call it. And I keep confusing between round of 16 and, I mean, it's nothing to be confused about. It's just, uh, I mean, like, round of 16 playoffs or whatever you want to call it. I mean, for some teams it's round of 16. For some teams it's phase. It's the playoff. So you, I mean, given that Manchester City are already under scrutiny because of those financial charges, alleged financial for for alleged financial breaches. So, I mean, it could be a massive blow. Pep Guardiola going through a lot personally. Not that it matters to other teams or anybody really, but Pep Guardiola already going through so much personally. And I mean, we saw earlier in the season how he was like causing self harm, and and the UEFA anthems are going on. The match is about to kick off. Kevin De Bruyne is the captain of Manchester City. The two teams are out there, and the two teams are out there, and uh, Erling Haaland, he'll be expected to run the line. The coaches, the two coaches are out there, and the mascots going inside. The two teams shaking hands. Let's see what other matches I am able to watch. The broadcaster has chosen. So apart from Manchester City versus Club Rouge, we have Bayern Munich versus Slovan Bratislava, Real Madrid versus Brest, and which is the next one, and it's Atalanta versus Barcelona. So only one game from the English clubs are we seeing. Loris is a big player for them, the Greek international, and it will be Club Rouge who will be getting us underway in this game. We almost ready. Stuff is underway at City of Manchester Stadium, and Manchester City have a throw in. Manchester City have a throw in. They take. Let's see if all the other games have. I mean, some of the games are yet to begin, but most of them are underway. I mean, I think I touched upon it, but Club Rouge. I mean, there's big jeopardy for them as well. They could get eliminated. Manchester City pressing really well in the opening minute. In the opening minute. In the opening minute, and now they have the ball, and they'll play similarly to what they usually do, but the pressure is going to be there. Phil Foden popping up on the left hand side. There's Bernardo cross into the box from De Bruyne. Oh, chance for This 2-on-1. Zolis it is, I think. Can he? Oh man! Really good chance created. I mean, that was a I mean big moment for Club Brugge, but Zoli is the number 8. Good block by Guardiola. That was a goal bound shot. Now all the outfield players are in Club Brugge's half. Manchester City looking to good ball. What can Bernardo do? Nothing. Well played, Club Brugge. Club Brugge have made a good start in this game. I mean, despite City having the possession, Club Brugge have had a shot on Haaland, and he's more of a goal scorer. Doesn't get involved too much in the build up. I don't think. Aston Villa have already taken the lead against Celtic. Oops. Let's see the score of star. Morgan Rogers within 3 minutes. No other goals to report, and match Aston Villa as things stand. They are where are they? The tables are yet to be updated, but it's all going to kick off. You know, kick off. You know, more of a different sense. I mean, when the action truly starts flowing. 4 minutes played. Played through Guardiola against. Not sure who that is. Straight into the arms of Ederson. I mean, if 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 Club Brugge can get their counter attacks right, they are in they are in with a good chance of causing an upset here. But here's Phil Foden on the left. I mean, the midfield of Kovacic and Gundogan and De Bruyne. I mean, all of them I think are in their 30s. De Bruyne and Gundogan certainly. I think Kovacic is 30 or approaching 30. So in terms of legs, first corner of the game for Manchester City. And interesting to see Foden starting on the left. Pep Guardiola talking with his assistant doesn't look too pleased. It's going to get really tense uh, in the later minutes. Obviously, no extra time, no penalties, etc. But but uh, I mean, imagine if PSG Stuttgart game is 0-0 and City are winning 1-0. So the tension is going to be huge. The tension is going to be huge. But now on the right, I'm not sure why it's taking so much time. There are four people in the box. They put the damn cross in. Kanji, Guardiola. Kanji and Stones. Ruben Diaz is injured, I guess, as is Nathan Ake. Milan have taken the lead against Monaco. Bayern Munich have taken the lead against Slovan Bratislava. Wow. Aston Villa are now 2-0 up against Celtic. Morgan Rogers again. Two goals in the first 5 minutes. Lille have taken the lead against Feyenoord. Atletico Madrid have scored against Red Bull Salzburg. PSG have taken the lead against Stuttgart. That's a big goal. That is a big goal. Big, big, big goal. As things stand, I mean, who knows? Might be required quite a lot. 10 minutes played, just over 10 minutes played, and City, I don't think they've had any chances where they might feel that they could have you know they should have done better. I mean, they haven't had any chance basically from what I see. A good ball by De Bruyne. Gundogan. I mean, he's getting into the box. So who knows? He might be playing in that 10 sort of a role. Might be in a run from midfield. Club Brugge know that if they win or if they don't lose, they're more or less through. They know City have to win, and they'll happily play on the counter. Corner to City again. And De Bruyne. I mean, not sure what that was. That's Nunez. I mean, it's for whatever it's worth. It's been a fast start by. It's been fast start by both teams. From Foden, the layoff just not good enough, lacking pace, direction. We haven't seen any of Erling Haaland. Basically, here he is. Foden. Oh, wide from Foden. 78%, which is like almost 80. I mean, fifth of the possession with City. They would have been prepared for that. Here's Solis, the man who created that chance. Oh, that's a poor ball. Straight to Ederson. Not good enough from Solis. And as I said, very little of Erling Haaland we have seen so far. I mean, very, very little, honestly. I mean, they are defending deep. They will be happy with a nil-nil or a 1-1 or whatever sort of a draw they can get. Club Brugge, the Belgians. Here's a chance. Matthias Nunez. Oh, good save. It's De Bruyne. Shoot. No. I mean, crosses. His chance for Gundogan. 1-0. Oh, offside. Offside. But might have been very close, that one. I mean, could still be onside. Let's see. We have semi-automated technology in Champions League. It looked onside to me, but let's see. No, offside. Clearly offside. Very clearly offside. But Gundogan is playing quite a bit forward, and I mean he can pop up with a goal or two. Maybe he will. Who knows? Maybe it's written in the stars. I mean, back with City after spending one season. Oh, with comes off referee. Let's check some of the other scores and how the table looks. Madrid are now 2-0 up. Simeone and Griezmann, the scorers. Lille, Feyenoord, Santiago Jimenez has equalized against Lille. Benfica, Pavlidis, man who scored twice against England at Wembley. He's in Monaco are down to 10 men. Inter Milan 2-0 up. Lautaro Martinez at the double. Borussia Dortmund 1-0 up against Shakhtar Donetsk. And as I said, Aston Villa 2-0 up and Bayern Munich 1-0 up. 0-0 in the main game, Man City versus Bruges. I mean, it's not going to be easy for Man City tonight. If they can get a goal, then that would, you know, force force Aston Villa or not Aston Villa Club Bruges to come out and play, and and that is where they can capitalize and get more goals. But for now, it remains nil-nil, and we've seen very little of Erling Haaland. But that's what he does. He scores goals. 20 minutes. I doubt he's even made two or three passes. Oh, that ball. Good one. Haaland. Oh, slightly behind De Bruyne, I think. That header from Haaland could have gone a different way. Cross slightly overhead. De Bruyne taking a shot from distance. And this game slightly reminds me of that game between Germany and North Korea in 2014. No, sorry, 2018 World Cup, which Germany had to win, but in the end ended up losing 2-0 to South Korea. And look at Foden, so deep. It's De Bruyne. And slow, so much fluidity. Oh, chance for counter. Well, one back by Kovacic. He'll be crucial with Gundogan more attacking. Oh, collected by the keeper, by keeper Simon Mignolet, who played for Liverpool, Sunderland, and I don't know who else. That's a foul by Nunez, the Portuguese, and it's so cold. Good possession from Club Rouge there, and yeah, Club Rouge. Deflected wide. Game of Holland. His chance for De Bruyne over the bar on his left foot. I mean, the Bruges almost getting themselves in trouble. I mean, I'm not expecting him to score, but I mean, a better effort was expected. Let's check on the other scores. Barcelona nil, Atalanta nil, Leverkusen, Sparta Prague nil nil. Bologna have scored against Sporting, so that is PSG now 2 nil up against Stuttgart. Ousmane Dembele. Zagreb scored as well. 'Didn't see it, but they might have done. Yeah, they've scored against AC Milan, Baturina, however. Is De Bruyne? Oh, Foden! Oh, straight to Mignolet. I mean, Haaland finally getting into the act, doing something for his team constructively. 27 minutes gone. 30% of the playing time, more or less. City have been doing what we expected out of them, but so far, no cigar. I mean, all they need is one goal. Is Foden, good run. I mean, Pep is experimenting again in a big game. Is Kovacic, Bernardo, oh sorry, Nunez. Free kick against Solis, for Solis. Good tracking by him. De Bruyne. City dominant, but I mean, no clear-cut chances thus far. I mean, where Mignolet has been troubled or anything like that. Nothing of that sort. Girona has scored against Arsenal. Arno Danjuma. Cody Gakpo against his former club against PSV. Penalty. If I mean, no, that scenario doesn't work. Foden, I mean, I have a feeling that we might have to wait till second half to to see what if there's a goal or not. I mean, oh, Haaland made a bad one. Went to far post. Should have gone to the near one. Should have gone to the center of the goal. Might have had a clean shot. His Zolis. It all could come down to goal difference as it stands. I mean, Sporting Portugal, or sorry, Benfica, no, Sporting Portugal. Thing is, Manchester City need to win. Has Foden? Oh, goal kick. Foden, I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Stupidity, if you ask me. PSV have equalized through Johan Bakayoko. The Belgian Real Madrid, Rodrigo has scored. Bayer Leverkusen through Florian Wirtz have taken the lead against Sparta Prague. Release City. Where's the chance? Oh, what a block by Akanji. What a block by Akanji. And that's a real danger. A stupid effort. Zapcosta has scored against Barcelona. I mean, goals going left, right, and center. PSG now 3-0 up against VfB Stuttgart. It's a chance to release Ederson as well. Not sure what happened there. We haven't seen much of Gundogan ever since those two early, forays into the Bruges penalty area. Haaland has been a bit MIA. Rodri, I mean, goes without saying, has been a big miss for Man City. We all suspected that might be the case. There's Haaland over his head comfortably. Good try by Bernardo Silva, but in the end, 38 minutes have been played. I mean, most of the attacks from Club Brugge have come down this City right hand side and their left hand side with Olise. To be honest, I don't know anyone else apart from Zolis and Mignolet. So apologies about that. Oh no, one missed by City defender. Guardiola. Oh man, that could have been ugly. Oh, good effort straight to Ederson there from Jashari. Jashari. I mean, that would have been City's season done and dusted, more or less, I think. Imagine Bruges had scored, or Brugge, if you want to call them. I mean, De Bruyne has slipped so many times. Again, another slip. And here go Bruges. You can imagine a tense finish to this game. Last couple of minutes of the first half remaining. Still nil nil. I mean, to be honest, Mignolet has been underemployed. defended stoutly. Uh, City have tried, but their main players, Haaland, Foden, De Bruyne, Bernardo, I mean, oh, well done, Solis. Oh, 1-0 to Bruges and Manchester City are in trouble. Big trouble for Manchester City, and it could be the end of their European campaign for this season. Terrible from Matthias Nunes. It was 4-4 and a brilliant strike, and I mean it would be a new low for Pep Guardiola. And let's see what happens. Ball lost. I mean, Nunez is absolutely dreadful, and nothing Ederson could do. I mean, he should have done better probably. Deflected, and Onyeka, I think, or whatever his name is, makes it 1-0, and City are in big trouble. I mean, there's still 45 minutes remaining. If they can score two, then who knows? But these players have been awful. And City, no, I mean, they need to score at least two in the. But at least we have a lot to talk about. Woeful. Half time it is, and it's 1-0 Club Rouge. It's 1-0 to Club Rouge. That's Nunez. I mean, he made some big errors against Manchester United in the derby, and today, I mean, the way he got dribbled past was so easy, so easy. I mean, it may affect the the English teams in their coefficient as well. So that's a big blow as well for that's a big blow as well for big blow if it comes to pass. And Manchester City, I mean, they have been awful. I don't know when was the last time they they I mean they won in the Champions League, and I mean it's all down to them. I mean they have made big errors, and Champions League, and they made big errors, and they've been made to pay. Solis has been dangerous. I mean, not sure why Rico Lewis or someone else has been playing, but if City are eliminated, then well, it will be what it will be. And I mean, it's easier to say after the event, but I thought that that might be the case. That might be the case that City might struggle against against a low block, and then on the counter, Matthias Nunez. I mean, uh, I don't want to blame him too much. He's not a right back. He's a midfielder. He, during the middle part of the Champions League campaign he did well. I think he scored against Sparta Prague, and yeah. So I mean, it's difficult for him. I mean, so he's is a tricky customer and a tricky customer, and I mean, but the way he got the better of him, that was awful, absolutely awful from his point of view, to be honest. And I mean, really, really, really poor. Let's check on some of the scores. Wow, Anthony Ida has scored 2 goals in 2 minutes to make it two to Aston Villa and two to Celtic. Barcelona versus Atlanta. I thought Atlanta had scored through Davide Zappacosta, but that must have been ruled out. Leverkusen 1-0 up against Sparta Prague. Bayern Munich 1-0 up against Slovan Bratislava. Borussia Dortmund 2-0 up against Shakhtar Donetsk. Seru Girassi. Real Madrid 1-0 up against Brest. 1-0 Rodrigo. Dinamo Zagreb 1-0 up against AC Milan, who are down to 10 men. Jan Musa sent off. Arsenal are now 2-0 up against Girona, or 2-1 up rather, against Girona. Jorginho and Vaneri with the penalties. Inter Milan 2-0 over Monaco, who are also down to 10 men. Mavisa sent off. Benfica 1-0 up against Pavlidis. Lille 2-1 up against against Feyenoord. Sahraoui scored the opener. Jimenez equalized, and then Trauner with an own goal. And as we have seen, as we have seen, Onyedika making it 1-0 to Club Brugge. PSV 3-2 up against Liverpool. Gakpo and Elliott had scored, but Ricardo Pepe, Saibari, and Bakayoko have given PSV a 3-2 lead. Atletico Madrid 3-0 up against Salzburg. Simeone and Griezmann with a double. And so I mean, there have been other couple of other matches, but PSG 3-0 up, and yeah. So I mean, the main story, the headline is that Manchester City are on the verge of elimination. Pep Guardiola, I mean, it will be a new low for him. It will be a low for him if his team is eliminated at this stage, where I mean, virtually every Tom, Dick, and Harry team is qualifying for the next round, and if they are eliminated, I know there is still 45 minutes to go, and anything can happen, but I mean, it looks rather, you know, grim at this point of time. At this point of time, at this point of time, it looks rather grim from a city point of view, and 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 I mean, and yeah, I mean, the way City have played, it won't be a surprise if Club Brugge were to double the lead. The way City have played, Ederson should have done better. I mean, there was a lot of power. He could have done better, but Nunez, I mean, he was the guy who was beaten to the ball by the Greek winger Solis, and yeah, I mean, I think Pep experimented again in a big game, and experimented again in a big game with Gundogan, and I mean, what he was doing uh, with with Foden on the left. I mean, he should have started in the number 10 role, but Gundogan played Silva, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, I mean, you give him the Kevin De Bruyne, at least you can say that that is where he usually plays in in the in the free role sort of, and but I mean, there's still 45 minutes to go. I'm not completely giving up on Man City, but I mean, if it's four, it's tough. I mean, four times has tough because now they have to score four, and they have half time. So in terms of that, it's it's a scenario that doesn't augur well. Uh, I mean, City would need a lot of things to go their way. They would need a lot of things to go their way. So fingers crossed from their point of view. Hopefully they make it. And it's yeah, it is a bit of a long night tonight, and if you're a City fan or City supporter or a City I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. I mean, there was a fire outside City Stadium as well. Strange. I mean, that game against Aston Villa when Manchester City were 2 down with about 65, 68 minutes played. If City can give up, then it's very unlikely that they will give up tonight. They need to keep going, but Aston Villa and Club Brugge, they are two different kettles of fishes. Two different kettles of fish. They uh, and City know they can go to the well only so many number of times, and only so many number of times, and yeah, well, it's it might be it's too far for Manchester City this time round with the. I mean, to be honest, Manuel hasn't had to make any save. That's 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 a bigger thing to talk about than anything else. Manuel, whether it be Haaland, Foden, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo, he hasn't had to make any saves. That that is the telling statistic or telling takeaway from the first half. The second half, interesting. I mean, there's no safety net, and I mean, Tiki Biristan is leaving Manchester City in the summer, and City's inability or unwillingness to strengthen in the summer could come back to bite them. Uh, and I mean, look at the City midfield: De Bruyne, Bernardo, all Kovacic, Gundogan, all 30 plus, or in Kovacic's case, maybe 30, 29, 30. So not really, I mean, ideal from a high pressing point of view. There's not many legs when Club Brugge broke in the development 42nd, 43rd. There was a real danger that City could get caught out. There might have been an element of luck, but but Club Brugge were there to pounce, and City were right there. I mean, they made it easy. They made it easy. I mean, easier to be played against. They made it easier for them to be played against, and yeah. So the two teams are second half has kicked off, and it will be a real test of City's mental. And I'm not sure if there have been any substitutions or not. And it's, City need to make sure they capitalize. Oh, unfortunate bounce of the ball again. Matthias Nunez is taking on in the front of the, position again. I mean, City can score in the blink of an eye, so all is not lost, but the odds are getting tougher by the Kovacic. Another corner, Savio, I guess, count. Not sure. Oh, what a miss! John Stones! John Stones was monumental miss. The crap, that is a terrible header from John Stones. I mean, that should have been 1-1. Not sure who Savio has come on for, but I mean, that chance, if City end up drawing this game, then that chance would come back to bite them. I mean, John Stones. I'm not saying anyone misses on purpose, but he's a center half. He should be betting those chances. It wasn't to be. We move on. Holland is there. Gundogan is there. Foden there might be Bernardo Silva who's come off, or maybe Matthias Nunez. Bernardo Silva is there. So probably Nunez. Another ball on the pitch. Let's check out some other scores. Aston Villa are now 13th. Manchester City are 6th. Kevin De Bruyne is looking his usual self. Oh, the transfer business by City in the summer was so poor. Matthias Nunez is there as well, I think. Not sure who's gone off for Savio. Oh, from the counter. Oh, ball lost. Now City can make it. Can they make it happen again? Too slow. Kovacic. De Bruyne. Too far. Too wide. One, I think, has been the guy who's been taken off. Kovacic scores, and City are back in it. Kovacic knew it like a game like Kovacic could score and it's 1-1. City are back in it and might have been an error by a player. Kovacic, and brilliant goal, so sort of a goal. I mean, imagine if it ends 1-1. Still 30 or 40 minutes remaining, and I mean, goal scoring has begun. 38 minutes remaining, more or less. Which that was a big chance. It puts a yellow card for someone, and he ends up getting one himself. Zone side again. That's Nunez. Too far, too deep. I mean, like, take him out of the team. That's first time I've seen Pep, asking for a yellow card for someone. I mean, might have done that previously, but that's the first time that I've seen him do that. Oh, good save. I mean, this Solis guy is really good. Good block. Straight at Ederson. Could have caught it, maybe. Yes, and he might have given away a penalty there. He's doing it for the team. Should be Ederson's. Good skill by Guardiola. Savio. De Bruyne. City don't need to, now that they've gotten a goal, don't need to push it that much. Over and over half an hour left to go. There's Foden, Kovacic, corner. It should be. It's a corner. It's a corner. It is picking up now. I mean, even more. Liverpool trailing Barcelona, I think, have taken the lead. Here comes the corner. Club Bruges all hands to the pump. Lamine Yamal has scored for Barcelona. Shakhtar Donetsk, Marlon Gomez has pulled one back. Rest have equalized a York. Oh, good save from Mignolet. From De Bruyne, I think. It's 4-on-3. Inches wide from Solis. I mean, that would have been the end of City, I think. But Solis puts it wide. Here, it was rooted to the spot, and yeah, but City, they have to. I mean, would be sort of a, I wouldn't say justice or whatever, but Savio. Oh, wide from De Bruyne. De Bruyne, what have you done? I mean, City are making heavy weather of it. Again, I mean, the far left, he could have gone, but didn't. Edison collects. Half an hour to go. Tension is ramping up. I think if City take the lead, they'd. I think Bruges. I don't think have it in them to come back. Chance. Own goal. City lead. City lead on goal. On ball. On goal. And it's City 2. Guardiola makes it. I think it's an own goal. Nothing Mignolet could do. And Pep Guardiola, I mean, talking with his assistants. And City will if the scoreline score stay the same, it means that City will go through. I mean, really unfortunate for the defender, but uh, Pep, I'd be so pleased that he's disgusted. I mean, City have quickened pace in this half, and Bruges are struggling to deal with them. City crowd delighted, City would ideally want, and now Bruges have to come out and play. is, I mean, he's a player some of the fans at Newcastle would want, and it's, I mean, tough for him. But let's look at the table. City are going through as things stand, and Club Rouge are going through as well because Stuttgart are sucking the life out of their qualification, and Club Rouge are going on goal difference, but it could change. And Dinamo Zagreb, I'm not sure what has happened there. I mean, it would be good for Club Rouge if it can stay the same. 4-0 for PSG now. I mean, Manchester City, I don't think will another own goal for Feyenoord. I mean, it has gone in favor of Lille. David Hancock, Pulisic has scored for Zagreb. Bellingham has scored for Real Madrid. I think if it finishes like this, both teams would take the chances that both of them will qualify. So that both of them will qualify. So I think both will qualify. I can't see Stuttgart scoring two goals against PSG from now. In fact, I can only see PSG scoring more as De Bruyne as given. All is breaking loose. Ah, wow, wow, wow. City need to make sure they don't concede. Interesting to see what other substitutions teams decide to make. I mean, Matthias Nunez needs to be on the alert. He can't make mistakes because Foden, Savio, oh, pace should be Mignolet's. It is. Played the John Stones. Good defending as well from Guardiola. Club Rouge make triple substitution. I mean, they need. They need for it to be sure. They need to make sure that they don't lose. Good ball, Guardiola. Good defending. Or good shot stopping from Edison. Man, the tension is through the roof, and I don't even support any of these two teams. Ordonez is forward. That's a very loopy corner. Winner gets it away. Manchester City, I don't know who they play. They play Arsenal. So Zoris, Jutla, and Tavi and Judla, however you pronounce it. The three players coming on. Vertlassen, Vaman, Soras. Bayer Leverkusen now 2-0 up. Aston Villa 3-2 up. Harry Kane has scored. Dinamo Zagreb have scored. Marko Piachka. Let's look at the table now because Zagreb must up and Lisbon are down. So I mean, let's see what the sporting result is right now. Bologna, they're playing to Bologna, and in terms of goal difference, if they can score an equalizer, then they will probably qualify for a lot better. Yes. I mean, if City can score, they'll. Foden's pass was blocked. There's Savio. About 18 to go. Tomorrow night we have the UEFA Europa League last round of matches. I mean, not as interesting as this night, but still some big teams fighting. Oh, Haaland misses. Oh, cleared off the line. Big chance missed by Erling Haaland. Michel, the must hero. I mean, that would have probably made it secure. I mean, Club Brugge need to be careful that their goal difference isn't affected that much, because if it is, well then Kovacic. Oh no, what sort of pass is that? I mean, Hurling Haaland, you expected him to score. Well, he didn't. Let's see if Aston Villa have made it to the. They have made it to the top eight. Great news and if all four can make it through, which I think stand looks likely, then the probability of Indian English teams getting a fifth Champions League spot are higher. Still 15-18 minutes to go. City keeping possession, drawing Club Brugge out. City will be disappointed that they could keep a clean sheet. But if they can make it through, then oh, 3-1. There, Savinho scores 3-1, and City are more or less through, I guess. Pep Guardiola sips a glass of water or a bottle of water of of second half, and Savinho has scored onside, well onside. Daniel should have done better. The fullback, the name of whom I don't know. or whose name I don't know. I mean, let's him go and was it was vital in terms of the goal. I mean, if I were Club Brugge, I would have taken my chances and come on. I think probably for Matthias Nunez. 40 Portugal miss out. I mean, after Amorim leaving, that's a big blow for them. And City look safe now. More than percent chance that they will make it through. Oh man, so Kevin De Bruyne coming off. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see how this game unfolds. Last minutes remaining. Let's see. Let's see how this game unfolds. Rico Lewis is he playing left back in midfield probably. So Pep shutting up shop in a way. Kevin De Bruyne can't play 90 minutes in all of the games. So I mean, City had a big scare. I was worried for City, but in the end, it has more or less been as expected. Club Brugge, as things stand, they are going through as well, so they can't be that worried. And they need to protect their goal difference, I think, and I think both teams are, you know, just doing exactly that. A lot of people are checking scores on their Sporting. Portugal have Savio. Oh man, Sporting Portugal have equalized. Cameron Harder. I mean, if it stays the same, I think more or less Zagreb out. 7 or 8 minutes remaining. Atlanta 2, Barcelona 2, Ederson and Pasalic. Rodrigo has scored another. Arsenal 2-1 against Girona. Inter 3-0. Lautaro Martinez hat-trick. Juventus 0. Benfica 2. Kuchku. Kokchu. Lille 5-1. Jonathan David has scored for Jimenez, for Lille, and two own goals by Trauner. Stuttgart have scored one Pacho own goal. Oh man. I mean, Stuttgart have been awful. Might be lucky, but as things stand, if they don't concede 2 or 3 goals, they should go through. City just need to keep their calm. They're calm, as in they need to stay calm, and they'll make it through. Club probably knew that even with their defeat, they should be make it through, and it looks like they will be. This Dinamo Zagreb scored 3 or 4, or they concede, or Blues concede 3 or 4. So that way, it's pretty safe for But you never know, stranger things have happened. Is it been exciting? I mean, you could say, I mean, if it's not been more exciting, it hasn't been bad. Let's put it like that. It hasn't been bad. So I think both teams know, and they would have done their homework. They know what's required and what they need to do. Club Brugge are not idiots. They know. A lot of backward and square passing going on. 90 minutes are more or less up, and but just 1 minute added. I mean, the referee is getting ready, and just 1 minute has been added. Yeah, so if that is not being played 90 minutes, and oh no, it is being. They are making it through, and Club Brugge are probably making it through as well. 20 25 seconds remaining. Holland again in a big game. He's oh, Furan. Oh, good save, Mignolet. Save Mignolet, and that is full time. That full time. City are through. City are through to the round of playoffs or playoff rounds. Call it. So big win for City. They've been through quite a bit, and they'll they'll be you know exuding that finally relief that they've gotten the job done. Oh wow, Aston Villa have missed out, or have they? They haven't. They are eighth, and anyways, let's see if Ross is made tonight or not. But City will be relieved in the end, and Club Brugge 24th of the 20th to make it through. Zagreb, the unlucky ones, the 25th one. Stuttgart only have themselves to blame. The draw, I'm not sure when how it is going to look like, but the game is over between City and Bruges. Uh, the Zagreb game, I think it is still going on. I mean, a lot of matches are going on still, and Celta, Villa's hope, still, and Kingsley Coman had scored for Bayern as had Dolic. So I mean, let's take on the draw, wait for the games to finish. First of all, so I mean, Ollie Watkins missed a penalty as well. Matches I think still going on. A few of them. Matches. Aston Villa 4, Morgan Rogers with a hat trick. Anthony Ida with a goal as well. Come on, Atalanta, Barcelona, no goals. Borussia Dortmund 3-1 up against Shakhtar Rami Bensebaini. Remy Cabella has scored for Lille, former Newcastle player. Terrible from Stuttgart. I thought they might be able to do something, but they were far too good for them. Just checking to see if the draw is available tonight or not. And more or less, the penalty missed. I mean, still match is going on, I think. 5 not have been injury damaged. I mean, I'm just waiting to find out if the draw is today. I mean, from what I know, it's I mean, just waiting to find out. If not, then we'll call it a night. Some matches might still be going on. A lot of them have ended a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 of them have ended, just 4 to go. So, I mean, in terms of position, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. So, I mean, if the draw is, then we'll have a look all night. Yeah. see, draw something regarding draw is available. Let's just check it on Google. No information is available as such. So, you know, this that it would be, it would be tonight, but it clearly was, and yeah, so apologies for that, and yeah, so yeah, superb night. Manchester City made through, have made it through, and congratulations to them, and good news for all the teams. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. Unfortunate for Dinamo Zagreb, they tried, but it wasn't to be. So, guys, thanks for watching, and stay safe. I'll see you some